boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about writing. Okay, usually the writing we've done, I've told you what you should write about. But guess what? Today you're going to be doing something called free writing. And what free writing means is that you get to choose what you want to write about. And I think this is the most fun type of writing to do. Sometimes we'll have teachers that will tell us what we have to write about, but when it's free write or free writing, you get to think about anything and everything. You guys have the most amazing imaginations, and this is the time to tell me about it or to tell yourself about it, to put it down on paper. And this is the coolest thing. I love to do free writes. So when I do my free writes, I like to find a cozy spot, a nice, comfortable spot, somewhere where you think you'll have a quiet space. You could sit with a blanket. You can put on some relaxing music. You can go sit outside, even. I like to do my free writes outside where I can hear the birds. Maybe you can sit on the grass. Find somewhere where you like to sit. Find one of your favorite spots to sit and do your free write, okay? So, for your free write today, I know sometimes it's hard to think about what to write. I used to tell my sixth graders when I taught sixth grade or my fourth graders to just write about anything they wanted. And sometimes they'd tell me, I don't know what to write about. And my answer to them was always, write about anything. Anything that comes to your head, you can write about. You don't have to worry too much about spelling when you do free write. I just want you to get all of those creative ideas that are in your head and write them down. I'm going to give you some ideas in case you're stumped and you're like, I really don't know what to write about, Miss Cortez. So you can start your writing with my favorite. And these three little dots means you need to keep going. So I just started it for you, but you need to keep going. So my favorite, blank, blank, blank. Tell me about your favorite things. Let me tell you all about my pet. And then you keep going. Tell me all about your pet. Once upon a time. So that's one way to start a story. And your story could be about anything you want. Or you could say, today I blank, blank, blank. I am happy, or I am a girl. I am anything. This could be anything you want it to be. Just keep going. If I had $1,000, once upon a time I got trapped in a zoo. So maybe you could finish that story. I think my teacher is an alien. Finish that story. I think my parents are spies. You can finish that story. Or this year I would like to. The weather report said today it would be raining meatballs. Tell me more about that. The power went out and I was all alone. Ooh, maybe you can finish that. My best friend is help. I woke up in the body of a blank year old. So you could put whatever age you want here. Like, help, I woke up in the body of a 2-year-old. Or help, I woke up in the body of a 50-year-old. My favorite vacation was to, and then tell me more about that. These are just some ideas. You can pick one of these or you can make up your own. Remember, a free write, you get to write about anything you want, as long as it's appropriate for school and that it's not violent. I don't really want to hear about like super violent things, okay? Now, I decided to write my own story too. I went and I sat on the floor next to on a comfy rug and I played some music for myself and I set a timer for 5 minutes. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. You're going to sit in a comfy spot and you're just going to write until your timer goes off. I don't want you to worry too much about spelling. You just sound it out as best as you can, okay? And then after 5 minutes, you can make any corrections that you need to make. But while you're writing, just let it go. There's a saying that tells us to just let your pencil go. Just write. So I decided to write a story in my new writing journal for you, and I'm going to share it with you, okay? So I picked the story starter. That says, I think my teacher is an alien, but instead of my teacher, I said, I think my students are aliens. So let's see what I decided to write. First, I put the date. Today is January 22nd, 2021. And my story says, today was no ordinary Friday. I knew things would be different as soon as I logged into Zoom. My students usually smile and wave hello, but today they all sat there. And then I ran out of space, so I went to the back side of my page. They all sat there and stared at me. Their eyes weren't blinking. They didn't move much, and when I said, "Good morning, boys and girls," they didn't say anything. I was so confused. Help! I think my students are now aliens. Should I tell their parents? And that's all I got to write in 5 minutes. I wrote a lot, but remember, Ms. Cortez has been writing for years and years and years. You're just going to write as much as you can in 5 minutes, okay? And then when you're all done, I want you to go back and see where you put your periods. Look at how many periods I have. There's no way I can write all of this in one sentence. That would be the world's longest sentence. So I have 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 3 sentences, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 sentences. So remember to go back and put your periods or your question marks, put your punctuation. And then I also want you to color code your capital letters. So whenever I start a new sentence, it has to start with a capital letter. Look, I have a period, so the next letter needs to be a capital letter because it's a new sentence. And then I have this sentence, period. A new sentence starts with a capital letter. I write again. Whenever the I is by itself, it has to be capital. And then I have another sentence over here. So my new sentence needs to start with a capital letter. So every time I start a new sentence, it has to start with a capital letter. So you're going to color code your punctuation and your cool blue capitals on your writing. Okay? And then draw a picture to go with it, because this is your writing. What were you picturing in your head when you were writing your story? I want to see that here, okay? Because I can't go in your head and see what you were seeing. So can you show me through a picture? Show me what you were imagining in your writing.